Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today I thought we could revisit a pretty fun challenge that I did a while ago, which is essentially only using characters from 2.7 or below in Memory of Chaos, just to see how they do. So today we are going to be re-attempting this challenge now that it's been a while, and I would love to know from 1.0 or from 2.0, all the characters that we've gotten, which one is your favorite? For me personally, I love Feixiao, I love Acheron. Boba March is just so freaking cute. So there's just a bunch of favorites I personally have, so I'd love to know which are your favorites. And also, if you enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video. And real quick, before we get into today's video, I wanted to show you all a way to get cheaper Oneric shards, and also I wanted to say thank you to Loot Bar for sponsoring today's video. Loot Bar is a website where you can purchase Oneric shards at a discount, and all you have to do is provide your Star Rail UID, pick the pack you want to purchase, and boom! Within a few minutes, you'll see the Oneric shards within your account. I've actually been using Loot Bar for a while now to get discounted Oneric shards for my summons, and my friends have also gifted me Oneric shards through Loot Bar as well. And not only that, if you also play Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, you can also get discounted currency for those games on Loot Bar as well. Loot Bar has great reviews from users. You can check out Loot Bar using my link in the description down below or my pinned comment. And now let's carry on with today's video. I think for side 1, I want to go maybe with a more fun-like team. And then side 2, we can go with a team that would be very nicely suited for it. So we're going to go Feixiao for side 2. Okay, honestly, I haven't played this in a very long time, but I kind of want to play main DPS Lingsha. Let's just get straight into it and see how the teams do. And I actually recently did an Acheron showcase against the Stormbug, which she still holds up pretty nicely when it comes to Memory of Chaos for sure. So I didn't want to do another Acheron showcase. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. That's why we're going to be using different characters for today. We're going to start off though with giving the Phoxian Prayer buff here to Harmony Trailblazer, as their bounce attacks will be very useful for reducing the toughness meter of both of these enemies here. So let's use the skill, there we go. Follow up with Ruan's basic attack into her ultimate here. Now we're going to get hit, but this will allow us to actually use our ultimate, which will advance forward the entire team. And now this enemy right here is going to summon its little friends, but no problems here. We're just going to skill with Lingsha. We are going to take a bit of damage, but this is perfectly fine. Now we can basic attack with Fugue as well as use her ultimate here, which will be able to reduce the toughness of all these enemies. Harmony Trailblazer, same thing as before, and then boom, there comes in Fugue. And now we can once again use Harmony Trailblazer's ultimate. And now with Ruan, we can basic attack. I am going to use Lingsha's ultimate right here. Boom. And then wabam. Now this horse is almost dead. The only problem though is this enemy right here. Ideally, if more of the bounces from Harmony Trailblazer hit this enemy, that would have been great, as that would have allowed us to potentially take out both of these enemies maybe in this cycle. But it's fine, we can just skill, and now we can basic attack with Fugue. Alright, so we are going to take a bit of damage, but this is okay. What we're going to do is just skill with Harmony Trailblazer. This should be enough to break. There we go. We can skill once again. Boom. And we can skill with Ruan. Skill with Fugue as well. We actually do want to put the Phoxian Prayer buff now on Lingsha, especially going into this next wave. Now we can basic attack. I'm going to skill. We're just going to use her ultimate right here just to guarantee that we can defeat this enemy. Okay, there we go. And now we can use Harmony Trailblazer's ultimate right here just to advance forward the entire team. So with Fugue, we're just going to basic attack the horse. The horse is always the annoying part, honestly, just because of how bulky those horses are. We can skill right here. With Harmony Trailblazer, they're going to be really useful here as we could just skill. Boop. Everyone's toughness gets reduced. With Ruan, we can basic attack. Oh no, it wasn't enough to actually use her ultimate again. That's a little unfortunate. Yuan's gonna come in once again though, but at least now we can use Ruan's ultimate, which is great. And now we can follow up here with Lingsha's ultimate. Boom. And now the bugs are gonna blow up, which is awesome. Oh, nice, more bugs. That actually works out really good. Try to break those bugs too. And now we can use Fugue's ultimate. Same thing as before. Boom! Nice, almost 1,000,000 damage right there. Do have Harmony Trailblazer's ultimate, but what I'm gonna do is just basic attack and then use it, just so they can also take advantage of the action advance right there. Right, now Turbulence will come in and we can just deal a nice amount of damage like so. Now you can skill, boom. All right, and there we go. Now I'm actually not going to use Lingsha's ultimate just yet since Fugue is about to attack anyway. So we're just gonna hold off. Okay, and now we can use it. Use the ultimate like so. What bam. Okay, now the bugs are gonna blow up. Boom. We just want those bugs to keep blowing up. With Ruan, we will have to skill. Unfortunately, her ultimate is gone too. We can make do with this. Boom. Basic. Use her ultimate. Now some of the bugs will blow up. Okay, it's just gonna keep summoning more and more bugs. The Yuan's gonna come in, which is awesome. All right, I'm just going to attack this bug. And now we are going to use Fugue's ultimate. Boom! There we go. Now the bugs are gonna blow up once again. Use the skill. To follow up here with her ultimate. All right, there we go. Honestly, this run was definitely a little shaky just because of the fact that we lost Ruan's ultimate buff. I feel like we could have gotten a way smoother clear. Regardless though, we did get a 3-cycle clear. So now we have Feixiao and we're just going to start off by using our techniques for this team here. With Robin, we are going to use our skill. We are going to get hit here from the lion. With March, we are going to give some very tasty boba here to Feixiao. And now we're going to use March's ultimate here. And hopefully they don't hit March too much here, since we don't want to take too much damage outside of the shield. So now with Feixiao, we could just use her skill. March is going to come in with her attack once again. Aventurine is going to come in with another follow-up as well. Now we can basic attack once again. Advance forward the entire team, and now we can also use Feixiao's ultimate like so. And bam! There we go. Follow up here with her skill. March is going to come in. Basic attack with March. Now we can use her ultimate. And boom. Now we can basic attack with Aventurine. And we can also follow up here by using his ultimate. Now with Feixiao, we are going to use her ultimate to deal a nice amount of damage like so. We could follow up with another ultimate as well, just to deal some more damage. And also, this lion here should be pretty low on HP. So now with Aventurine, he is going to use his follow-up. Another follow-up from Aventurine. Now this part is pretty scary though, as we can end up losing a good amount of HP since they keep attacking repeatedly, but I think we should be okay. Now with Feixiao, we could just skill. Boom. March is going to come in with her basic. Now we can use her ultimate here on this enemy. And boom, there we go. Okay, I was really hoping that Aventurine basic attack would be enough, and thankfully it was. So now we can use Feixiao's ultimate here on Hysilens. And bam, there we go. Okay, so Aventurine is going to come in with his follow-up, and thankfully we can actually use his ultimate right here to give even more shield. Okay, Robin is getting a little low though, so we are going to have to use Aventurine's skill very soon here, which thankfully we do have the available skill points since we are using March on this team. I'm actually just going to break this little enemy right here, and now we can use the enhanced basic. Now with Aventurine, we are just going to skill. We are going to follow up here with Feixiao's ultimate. And boom. Now we can use another ultimate here from Feixiao. All right, There we go. 5%. Really close to 0%. Not quite yet, though. Uh-oh. Fugue is getting angry with me. We're gonna use Aventurine's ultimate here. We're gonna keep up with these shields. We're not giving up. The basic attack. Now with Feixiao, we can use her skill. And boom. There we go. Now with March, we are just gonna basic attack. Now we can advance for the entire team with Robin. I'm not too sure, honestly, if this is going to be enough to clear within the 0 cycle, but if not, it'll definitely be a 1 cycle clear. Use a skill. March is gonna come in. Now we can use another ultimate here with Feixiao. Boom. There we go. It's not quite enough damage to be able to 0 cycle. I definitely think it's possible with more optimization. Well, we were pretty close, I would say. So now with Aventurine, use the ultimate. Oh no, we didn't get the follow-up. Oh, that is so unfortunate. And now we are going to get attacked a bit from Hysilens, but it is fine. One more Feixiao ultimate will be able to finish this off. You just use the skill. Boom. And there we go. Now we can just use her ultimate. So all we needed was just a little bit more damage, or even just one more ultimate, and we would have been able to clear. Now I have actually done this a very similar team, just replacing March with Cypher. Cypher definitely makes it pretty easy to get the 0 cycle. But overall, I would say we did decently for this challenge. For the first side, we did 3 cycles, and that was more so a fun team. Which if we went with Acheron on side 1, I believe both clears would have been either a 0 cycle to 1 cycle clear. Now real quick, we can just go through these character builds right here. Here is Lingsha. She does have an ERR rope. Now for Fugue, here she is. She has solitary healing. Forge and Iron Break set once again. Now for Ruan, here she is. She has the Von Wax set and then Watchmaker. And lastly, we have Harmony Trailblazer for the first team. Stands. They have Von Wax, the Iron Break set, and then Watchmaker. And they are E6. Now for Feixiao, here she is. She has Duran Dynasty and Wind Soaring. She was E0. If I had to take a guess, she would likely take maybe 1 cycle longer to clear if you are using the same team and the same setup. But if you are using, let's say, an E0 Feixiao with Cypher, I have done it before, I believe, on the Creator Experience server, and it was able to also get a 1 cycle clear on the Hysilens side. We have Sprightly Von Wack, Prisoner, and then Musketeer. I do have an E1 Robin. For Aventurine, here he is. His build does need a bit of work, though. We have a Nerd Salcedo, Pioneer, and then Grand Duke. He is E0. And then lastly, we have March here. I really want 100% crit rate on her, honestly, because I do feel like we're missing a good amount of crits, which definitely is a bit annoying when it comes to ensuring that certain enemies are defeated when she does use her enhanced basic attack, for example. We do have Rutland, Arena, and then Musketeer, and she is also E6. And that's essentially both of the teams for today. And then, of course, and that's essentially both of the teams for today. First team being more of a fun one. The second team being more of a standard follow-up team for Feixiao. I hope you guys did enjoy this video though, and if you decide to do this challenge yourself, I would love to know which teams you end up using for side 1 and side 2. And I hope all of you have a great one like always. Peace.